One of the questions I get most often is why we invest in certain markets. And honestly, that decision starts long before we even look at a deal. The truth is, before we ever look at a deal, we have spent countless hours deciding where we want to invest. In our last video, we talked about why we invest in multifamily. This video is about where, and more importantly, how we choose multifamily markets. If we haven't met yet, hi, I'm Megan Gonzalez with MG Investment Ventures, where we focus on multifamily investments with a background in residential and investment real estate. So everything we share here comes from actual deals and a real market experience. We all know there's good deals and bad deals, but there are also good markets and bad markets. A strong market can help to cover mistakes. A weak market is absolutely going to magnify those mistakes. So for us, market selection comes first, always. And coming from residential real estate, where we are researching markets on a daily basis, we've seen firsthand just how much location and the local economics affect the outcome. And from that perspective, that is heavily influencing how we approach investing. The first thing that we look at is employment, not just job growth, but job diversity. We want markets supported by multiple industries, not just a single employer or a single trend. And we especially love to see the headquarters of major corporations employing tens of thousands of people in the area in that direct market. Aerospace is another big one, and that economic driver is never going to go out of style. Whether it's commercial or military-based aerospace, those are huge drivers for the market. Healthcare is massive, and we love seeing big healthcare developments. And you know that if there's a good healthcare basis in the area, the population rate will remain steady, continue to grow, and even draw people from other areas. Manufacturing is just a no-brainer, and one of the biggest reasons we love Northwest Arkansas. Walmart and Tyson Foods are based there and have poured tons of money into the area. Plus, they draw in other corporations. Did you know that if you want to be a vendor with Walmart, you are required to have an office near their headquarters in Northwest Arkansas? That is some serious power right there and an incredible boost to the economy and the population. Education is another big one because we all know that large universities are going to continue to grow and expand, not only drawing in students, but those areas tend to then support the transition from student to local employee and resident for years to come. We're actually currently under contract on a deal in Wichita, Kansas, where there is a $302 billion biomedical campus currently under development. Billion with a B. This is all led by Wichita State University and the University of Kansas. It's going to be incredible for the population and market growth there. And the last one that we're really focusing on when we're researching markets is logistics. Companies like FedEx and UPS and others employ thousands of people at their hubs and headquarters. And those are just a few of the companies that drew us to Atlanta, Georgia when we were investing in our second deal. When jobs are diversified, housing demand is going to be more resilient. Population growth matters, but we don't just look at the top line numbers. We look at who's moving in, why are they moving there, and whether they can actually afford to live there long term. We like markets where people are relocating for work, lifestyle, and cost of living, not just speculation. We're tracking numbers like job growth, population growth, median income, and unemployment rates year over year. A market can be growing and still be a bad investment if the affordability is stretched. So we're paying close attention to things like the rent to income ratios, cost of living compared to wages, and whether renters can realistically stay housed. Have you ever been to Jackson Hole, Wyoming? It's an incredible place, don't get me wrong, but it is not affordable for the average person, so that is not a market we are looking at investing in. Durable demand comes from affordability. We're not chasing the trending markets. In fact, we're often more interested in the markets that people are overlooking. Because sure, Nashville and Dallas are hot, but there are so many other places that are still up and coming. Honestly, if I had a penny for every time someone was surprised to hear me saying that we're investing in places like Arkansas and Kansas, I'd have a lot of pennies. They don't sound like hot markets to those of us in Southern California. We are not hearing about them in the news and the media. But Arkansas is actually the #1 state right now for transplants in the country. That's incredible. Why? It's because there's less competition, there's more realistic pricing, and there's better long-term fundamentals. when boring markets, when chosen correctly, tend to perform really well over time. This approach is why we've invested in markets like Atlanta, Georgia, Northwest Arkansas, Wichita, Kansas. Each of these markets has different characteristics, but they all share strong employment drivers, steady demand, and long-term viability. And we'll be sharing the specifics of each one of those in future videos, I promise. We're not investing for a quick exit. We're thinking about how a market performs through cycles, how it handles economic pressure, and whether it still makes sense even 10 years from now. Because our typical play is to hold a property for 5 years, giving us time to implement our business strategy, add value, and stabilize. In 5 years, we're gonna sell, either leaving meat on the bone for the next operator to continue to add value, or with the idea that this is now a stable investment for a large institutional investor that's looking for a cash flowing asset. For me, choosing the right market is the foundation of everything we do here at MG Investment Ventures. We don't believe every deal is worth doing, and we don't believe every market is worth being in. Choosing the right market is the first step in building strong, durable real estate investments. At the end of the day, strong multifamily investing starts with choosing the right market. Everything else just builds from there. So in future videos, I'll break down specific markets and explain exactly why they made sense for us. If this is a way of thinking about investing that resonates with you, make sure to subscribe or reach out directly. We're sharing exactly how we evaluate markets, deals, and long-term strategy right here. I'm Megan with MG Investment Ventures, and thanks for spending your time with me. I'll see you on the next one.